What are we looking for? Dogs.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Bird, and we back on Bird's Eye View with it. Like always, appreciate the love and support. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Stop what you're doing, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Hop in the comment section, comment whatever you want. Of course, I'm dropping daily bangers day by day. You know we got news of the day coming out of Colorado, and we're gonna jump right into it, dog. So of course we back with another recap with this Colorado football program. As always, shout out Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, for providing us phenomenal footage each and every day. Of course, we are on a bye week this week, so we won't be playing this Saturday. Of course, Saturdays are always better when we got Colorado football on, but we got a bye week. Gives us an opportunity to get some of our guys a little bit more healthy. So, of course, we're not mad at that at all. Expecting us to come back stronger off of this bye week than we did the previous bye week that we had. Of course, we lost to Kansas State coming off that first bye week. So looking to bounce back off of this bye week with a victory against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now, of course, I'm going to bring the Keys to Victory video next week for Texas Tech, so I'm not going to kind of jump into what they do. They do a couple things, though. They do a couple things well, but in my opinion, this should be another dominant performance. And we do well on the road, which we've been playing better on the road all season. Like I mentioned, all of our dominant performances have basically been on the road when you look at Colorado State, UCF, and of course Arizona. Now, obviously, we took care of business last week against the Cincinnati Bearcats at home. And we were looking to continue to build off of that momentum. We did a great job running the football. Of course, Isaiah Augusta had his best game by far as a Colorado Buffalo. And he continues to do some great things well. Was the nation's leader when it comes to broken tackles last week. So we're continuing to lead on Isaiah Augusta for sure. Hopefully we'll see what happens with Michael Welch. Of course, he's been sidelined here with an injury. So we'll see, exactly what will transpire with that young man, if he'll be able to come back, for the Texas Tech matchup. If so, that'll be definitely a boost in the run game for sure. But of course, our Colorado Buffaloes, man, are doing some great things, man. And people are finally starting to come on board when you look at the national media. Of course, we've been seeing this with this team for the longest time, ever since this team was constructed. The ones that have been consistently following the program, all of our loyal fans, we knew what we had here in Boulder, Colorado. We knew we had something special. And of course, we're happy to see now that the world actually sees what we've been looking at and been preaching. But it's coming in 6-2. All right, got to take care of business on the road against Texas Tech, and then we're at 7-2. Now, of course, when it comes to like that Big 12 title game appearance, obviously we all know we're going to need some help. When you're looking at BYU and Iowa State, both undefeated in the conference and undefeated in general. Of course, it's going to take some help. Like I said, it's definitely going to take some help. We got Kansas State that's right above us as well, and they have that tiebreaker over us by winning that head-to-head matchup. So it's going to take some help for sure. But, I mean, with college football, y'all know how it goes with college football, man. Anybody can lose any given week. Like, you could be favored by 20 and lose, So we'll see what happens. But it's going to be interesting because when you look at our schedule moving forward, we can honestly be favored in every game, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. We can expect to win every game, right? Of course, we expect to win every game on our schedule. But when you actually look at the final few games that we do have left, I mean, there's not a team that I'm afraid of in a sense where I'm like, man, I don't know how we're going to get it done against those guys, right? So when you look at the possibility of actually going 10-2, even if we don't make it to the Big 12 title game, I don't see the college football playoff committee keeping us out. I mean, a 10-2 team, only loss going to be to a K-State team who may only have one loss, towards the end of the year. They may be 11-1. So it's going to be interesting to see if they keep us out, because you already know what the ratings are going to be for any Colorado game. Can you imagine the ratings for a Colorado playoff game? I mean, the amount of haters that's going to want to see us play a really good team and hope and pray that we actually lose, and just Buff Nation in general tune into a college football playoff game with Colorado. I mean, it'll be unreal. The ratings will just go through the roof. So I'm interested to see, man. It's going to definitely put some pressure on that college football committee for sure if we run the table and we're sitting at 10-2 on the outside looking in. So it's going to be fun for sure. Hopefully we can get some shakeups here at the top of the conference, and we're able to make that Big 12 title game. I feel like that'll be definitely huge for our program. We made the Big 12 title game. I'm there. I'm doing whatever I got to do to make that Big 12 title game. And I'll definitely go to the bowl game as well, too. If it's just a bowl game, I'll go to that. If it's the playoffs, then, of course, I'm going to go to the playoff game as well, too. So, we just got to wait, just be patient, and we got to take care of business on the field first before we can really touch any of that, right? So got to go 1-0 every week, and we got to take care of business, and I really believe we'll do so. If you look at our recruiting, of course, shout out to you guys running up my last recruiting video, man. Of course, I'm nothing without you guys, but that Colorado recruiting, man, is really heating up, right? Of course, we're definitely trending upward, and we have some talented 4- and 5-star products that are highly interested in this program in 2025 and in 2026 as well, too. So the more you win, obviously, the more attractive you are to recruits, right? And the fact that we already have the glitz and the glamour already, and now you have the wins to go with that, it's going to make it interesting when it comes to the battle for certain recruits that a lot of people wouldn't ever think that they would even look at Colorado 2 years ago. And now they're strongly considering the Bucs and strongly considering coming here. So it's going to be fun to see this 2025 recruiting class build and how quick we're going to jump up in the ranks. Because I think we're going to get recruits that are going to start to roll in. I think they're going to be like, especially when it comes to, the early national signing day, about a month away now, right? It'll be in December, beginning of December. So about a month away, a little more than 30 days. So, I mean, it's some of the pieces to the puzzle are going to start to come together for sure. And it's going to be fun being able to see these guys come together in jail. And I know a lot of these guys want to enroll early, so it wouldn't shock me if we start to get a shock wave of recruits committing, because a lot of these guys do want to come in early. You see the benefits of coming in early and being able to get on the field early as a freshman, right? Especially if you're a true freshman, if you're a talented true freshman, and you want to come in and you want to play right away. You almost got to enroll early. Like you got to get that jump start. You got to enroll early, and so a lot of these kids do that, right? So that's kind of the nature of the business right now when it comes to these elite level prospects that are expecting to come to these Power 4 programs and contribute and start and play right away and play at a high level. You got to come in early. So in my opinion, we will get a few of these commitments coming soon. Of course, I'm still strong on Carday Smith and Julian Lewis flipping from USC to this Colorado football program. I'm high on Quentin Gibson as well too. There's a lot of different prospects here. Of course, Owusu, the IMG linebacker, he'll be committing on December 4th. Of course, we pretty much jumped in as at the top of the board when it comes to contenders for that young man. Of course, we got to land Rhett Armstrong. We got to keep him home. The kicker, the 6'2" kicker coming out of Colorado. Of course, currently committed to that Baylor program, but it's down to us and Baylor right now. We got to find a way to keep that young man home. For sure, because of course the kicking game, like Coach Prime always says, special teams has to be special, and that young man with the ability, that big leg, bro, being able to hit a 60-yarder right now in high school and hasn't even hit a college weight program yet. He could turn out to be a really, really key contributor for sure for this team if we're able to land that young man. So, and we'll see exactly what will transpire with that. But we do have some recruits. And with it being a bye week, I know our coaching staff, our recruiting staff is working, they grinding right now, taking visits to these young men's schools, making sure they're able to see them in person, seeing games, attending games in person as well. So for what I've been hearing, there's going to be a couple young men, right, young recruits that we haven't really been seeing or haven't really been connected to Colorado, at least on the outside, that are definitely interested in this program, some high-level recruits. Of course, and you know how Coach Prime is. Coach Prime always got something up his sleeve, right? Ever since he's been a college coach, he has brought in every recruiting class, right? Every recruiting class he's had a 5-star on it. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it all transpires. But, I think he keeps that going. And it honestly could be multiple, because we already all kind of feel strong when it comes to Juju, right? We all kind of feel strong about that already. But I think there's also one floating around here that a lot of people ain't talking about, which is fine, which is A-okay. And it's gonna be fun, man. There's always some fun when it comes to Coach Prime and Deion Sanders when it comes to flipping somebody, or when it comes to some big splash on National Signing Day. We always get something, right? We always get something. So we'll see exactly what happens there. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see what transpires after we take care of business against Texas Tech. Because then you're looking at 7-2, and now, in my opinion, I feel like Texas Tech is the next biggest test. Obviously, they have the best record out of all the remaining teams that we have to play. Texas Tech has the best record, and we have to go on the road and face them, right? And they're pretty solid at home right now. They're 4-1 at home right now, and they do some things offensively, like they air it out, right? So If we go ahead and take care of business in Lubbock against Texas Tech, and then you're looking at the back half of the schedule being, Kansas, Oklahoma State, and then of course we'll also have Utah as well too. Looking at the back end of the schedule there, I mean, Utah is the only team that's 500 left. They're 4-4. When you look at Kansas, they're 2-6. Oklahoma State is 3-5. They're 0-5 in the conference, right? Which is unreal when you look at Kansas and Oklahoma State, because I thought they were going to be two of the better teams in this conference. But right now, their conference record is 1-9 right now. But of course, you can't take anyone lightly, right? We're gonna be every team Super Bowl for sure. So you can't take anyone lightly. We definitely got to come ready to roll, ready to play. I know we'll have that Kansas match. I believe that'll be at Arrowhead, so that'll be a pretty interesting matchup there. But you got to take everyone serious. I'm gonna likely get to that Oklahoma State game because I know that'll be the last home game. Of course, that'll be senior day, and that'll likely be the last time we'll be able to see, of course, Shador and Trav play at home. That won't be their last game, of course, because we're expecting bowl game, college football playoff. But it may be our last home game, so of course I'm gonna definitely check that out. But not to keep it long, just want to bring you guys a phenomenal update. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what time it is, dog. Bird's eye view, man.